to talk about tripods today. I ran across a video on YouTube from 6 years ago, and the guy said he's going to retire his tripod. Well, the tripod looked like the one I used 35 years ago, and it was perfectly fine. It was a Bogen 3021, and I'll show a picture of it with a 3047 head. And I bought one used at that time, well used, and it looked used. And it was just like this one here, except it had lever locks instead of wing locks like this. But what it didn't have is the ability to go low like this. It's convertible. It has like 3 Glock levers, so you could get into some weird angles here, which is nice. Then it locks solid. This one, this is a 3011, and I got a video head on it right now. But let's just see how high it goes here. And then you can extend the legs on it. I remember seeing these tripods in a camera shop, and I thought, man, they're big. They were so much bigger than what you saw at like Kmart. Yeah, see how tall this gets? And then I would stand on a step stool, and then the camera was up here, and I could look down on the viewfinder. I didn't have a viewfinder where I looked straight through the camera. It looked from on top and then shoot out the front. So your head was up this high, which is good for groups and stuff. No problem. That's the 3011. Well, and it's 25 years old, but it's in perfect shape. I don't use it that often, and I bought it used. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can buy these now in this combination with this head for like $79 shipped to you. It's good, strong. You know, it beats, these are the little Kmart ones. Focal brand, I believe. You know, I use this thing probably as much as this thing, though. You know, it extends real simple. It won't get real tall. But sometimes that's all you need, you know? I'm not going to get rid of it unless it breaks. You won't get parts for them or anything. And it's got a little, see how low that is? Then you can go up to this. It's got a little gear head. Gear heads were something that only the expensive ones had, you know? So they tried to duplicate that. Okay, that'll work for real chintzy stuff. What I got the camera on right now is a Velbon. Is that right, Velbon? I got a picture of it. It's all metal, and that preceded these chintzy plastic things. And it's very good for what it is, except it's a finger pincher. You know, when you have 3 legs that come together, and you got your fingers in here, you know, the weight will come together, and then if you're not careful, you'll have your fingers in there. So this is what I use if I want something sturdy. I don't want to hike around with it, you know, go for a couple-mile hike or whatever. But it's too good and sturdy and goes too high. Let's put that one aside, and let's put the cheap one aside here. And then we got my most used one. It's a Bogen 3001. Well, I say Bogen. Some of them call these Manfrotto. I guess Bogen was the name of the guy who actually imported these Manfrottos into the United States in 1969. And so they used the word Bogen for a long time. I don't think they do anymore, just totally Manfrotto. But this is one of them convertible leg ones too. You just pull the lever and you can set all of them, you know, and then you can get real low to the ground. But that's pretty stiff. You know, it's not well worn in at all. And this head is fixed. It's got a multi-sided column there. And you can take these heads off. I just love this head. Let me get it to where I got it head height there. You know, it doesn't take long to set them up. If the legs come out real easy, which this one does. It's got what they call a three-way head. To put the camera on, I just set it like this. Then you turn the, you know, I should have brought a camera here. It doesn't have a quick release. That video head did. This particular head does not have a quick release. But I just love this thing. It's got the large platform for stability, large levers. Now I've also got a small head. This is a small version of this, and I can quickly change it to this. You know, it's got the, I got a bad thumb here. Haven't used this in a while. Okay, you can do the same thing. You know, very sturdy. That's a 30-25. You can get the combination I've seen with this head and this leg for like $49 shipped to you. Well, that's a bargain. This is a nice and sturdy. It just doesn't go as tall as the other one. Let's bring this in. You can see the difference here. Maybe this is even getting cut off by the picture. So they're substantially different. I take this one hiking when I need some stability, and this one for more around here when I need, I've got the video head on it. So it's got a nice, loosen this up here a little bit. You know, it's got the nice smooth action here. It's not the best video head, but it usually does the job. And I've got a, well, let me explain this quick release here. Bring this down here. It's got the quick release, which would attach to your camera. Then you just slip it in there and then lock it in. I've also got a video head without the quick release that's got a large top platform like this. And sometimes I'll put that video head onto this tripod when I'm going out and doing some video. So, you know, I've got combinations of all this. I just love the quality of Bogen Manfrotto. And I actually just purchased a monopod. It's going to be about this tall. I think the legs are going to be about this diameter. And it's got 2 locking levers. And I can put one of these heads on top of it if I want to. Like that small one that's similar to this. I can put that head on top of it, no problem. Or I can attach it directly to a camera. Or what I'm going to do is attach it to my gimbal that I carry around with when I'm doing video. And I can use it as an extension pole. You know, those things. And they're silver. These are all silver. Been surpassed by the black models. But I was able to pick up that monopod for $15 on eBay and just $10 shipped. Well, you can't beat that. So that's why I like this brand, and that's what I use. Parts are available. Anything you want, you can probably get it in parts. The only parts I've actually bought, though, is a lock lever for my earlier one that had a folded over lever. The problem with those levers were that they would, they had a nut that would get a little bit loose. Then when those levers would pop over, they wouldn't hold the leg as good without tightening up that nut. So there was a little maintenance there. They were faster to set up. Like that's why I liked it for doing portrait work, because you had a person waiting on you and you didn't want to wait around to do this, you know, loosen it, go up and then down. You could just flip it, go up, flip it. There's no, and these tended to catch on things too, like your pockets or something when you're carrying it. I don't see any reason to go high dollar with carbon fiber unless you're needing to save absolutely every weight and you want a little compact tripod that might fold into a space this big. I was at a talk an older photographer gave the other day. I think he thought the question was, what's your most used equipment? He says a tripod. All of those portraits were done on a tripod. And years ago, rightfully so, we had run nothing but 100 speed film. It was rated at 160, we run it at 100 or 400 speed. Never, well, I did finally come up with 800 speed film, that was decent, but you know, you were running slow shutter speeds and you needed to put the camera on a platform like this to stabilize it. So that's my tripod story.